me intro real quick. Social therapy, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 9, Joey Morgan. Joey, you got to know me at Global Values for the first time, and funny enough, you've come to know literally everybody from my childhood in that short amount of time that you've been in Northeast Georgia.
Isn't that weird?
I don't know how that works. I don't know how you fell into that crowd specifically, but I love that you did because it's like you grew up where I grew up.
What I say the other day on Facebook, we grew up away from each other together.
That's exactly right. That's the way it works.
That's what we did.
So, I got my buddy out here hanging out with me today. How's the granite industry treating you?
Thanks for having me, first of all, bro.
Hey, man. I'm a geek. Oh, yeah.
About that, what happened?
Let me drink my beverage. Hang on just a second. So I lost a fight with a wasp.
I thought you was for real.
No, I wish I could tell you it was a knife fight.
Like, turn the cameras off.
I wish I could tell you it was a cool knife fight or something like that. That's not the case. So I was in the top of my loft, and it's like an 8x10 building. There ain't much to it. And I'm leaning up to get my leaf blower out of it, and a wasp flies up and hits me in the face. As it exits my face, I slap it against the wall. Well, when I hit it against the wall, I full commit and kill the wasp, but I found a 1/2-inch nail with my right hand. So I buried a 1/2 inch of a nail into my hand while going for it. Yeah, it was a beautiful thing.
You'd just been better off getting stung there, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think I would have. So here's the better part of that. That happened 30 minutes before we had a baby shower at my house for a friend of ours. So I'm bleeding as guests show up. Oh God. I'll go through the whole story. So it happens. I busted. Thank God my kids weren't there. They had gone to their grandparents so we could host this party. I start cussing immediately because blood squirts out of my hand. I wiggle my fingers to make sure it can still work. And I'm like, okay, thank God, I still got my fingers. I take off running inside. My wife is oblivious to any of this happening because she's down at the mailbox putting balloons up. So I'm bleeding on like where she's decorated on the house. Everything's set up nice and pretty. I'm coming through there leaving a private Ryan trail of blood running through the kitchen. Shove my hand into some cold water, cussing the whole time. Shut it off, and then I look around. She still ain't there. Love her to death. She ain't heard me cussing, screaming, none of that. So I start super gluing. That's the way I fixed it. I super glued it back together and then bandaged it up. And we had that party.
That's right, man.
Hey, for the wife, man.
Mess your hand up, super glue that shit, and just have the party. Be a man.
Be a man.
Know what I mean?
Do you follow that guy? Do you see his videos? Be a man?
Yeah,
okay.
I've seen him.
I'm
yeah.
glad that somebody has because I've seen him.
Yeah. No,
Don't ask for help.
I just made that up. What are you talking about?
Don't ask for help. Lift your entire piece of furniture and move it out. Hurt your back. Be a man. Be a man. What's it like working over at Antonio's now? Because like I said, we worked at Global for a little bit together.
I love working at Antonio's, bro. I absolutely.
I'm really glad to hear that.
I love it, bro. And you hooked me up with that job. Matter of fact, you laid that in my lap, bro.
All it was is Antonio called me and said, "You know somebody knows how to work?" And I said, "Yep." I gave him your number. That was it.
It's great, man. You know the Antonio that we work for at Global Values, totally different, bro.
Well, he was under a lot of pressure at Global,
He was, man. And that's Antonio, he's not gonna, if somebody else's money and somebody else's shit is on the line, he's not gonna let nobody fuck around with nothing.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No, he's a straight up businessman.
Awesome businessman.
Yes. I vouch for Tony.
Over there it's the same. Like long he don't ever say nothing to me as long as
the work gets done.
As long as shit gets done, which you know it does. I pretty much call the shots over there.
That's the way it's supposed to work. You get your job done, you go home.
Like he don't even be there. Like he's leaving to go out of town Memorial Day.
And he trusts you to get it done.
He knows I'll get it done, bro. Y'all don't come there during the holiday.
What dates are these? We need to block out these dates.
Why you gonna block them?
doing.
No, nobody comes, seriously.
Tony, we love you. Yeah, when I got to know him over at Global Values, I got to know him in the space of etching, so I wasn't under his watch. Like, we got things done with him and for him, but I was working with Bray at the time. Bray more or less handled all the issues of, like, what need to be done, what doesn't need to be done, and we took care of it. We worked some long hours out in that place. Boy, good God. But I'm glad that you ended up over there.
Yeah, man. It's been a cool journey, man.
Was that the first granite job you'd had?
Nah, when I first moved up here, I worked at I worked at Dixie Granite actually.
How'd you end up here?
Bixby voice privacy contents have been updated. To continue, review the updated items on your screen.
Tell me about it. You gravy, my guy.
My cousin came pick me up from Atlanta, from Ackworth, where I was staying, and I come up here and actually before I went to Eagle Oil, before I went to Dixie Granite, I worked at Eagle Oil for a little while.
Pat?
Yeah, Pat.
I know Pat up there.
Who else was up there? Corey.
Yeah, Corey Scoggins?
Yeah,
Me and him graduated together.
Yeah, I
good
like
dude.
Corey. Corey's good people.
That's
See,
everybody you know.
Jake Allgood was
Yep.
up there.
He was a grader, so above me, I think, but I know him.
Yeah. And then a couple other people. Hell, I don't remember.
Hey, it's all good. I don't expect you to remember all the names of people you've ever worked with. I know I don't. But again, I'm glad that you ended up.
Me, just 'cause
Why
I wanted
Northeast
one.
Georgia? Do you have family up here before you got here, or you just
Up here?
Yeah.
Yeah, my grandpa actually lived on Cougar Creek Road.
Okay.
Like the whole time I was growing up.
We know where that's at.
Yeah, and he gave me and my cousins, all my cousins, 5 acres apiece up here. So we had ties kind of already up here.
That's awesome, man.
And shit went south where I was at, so I had no other choice but to get the hell on, bro.
Well, the fact that you moved into the house that I've been in before in my life, because you live on the corner right across from the Dewey Post Office.
Yeah, everybody says that, bro. Everybody who Ashley Evans, she said some shit about her
Being in there?
Yeah, man.
Everybody's been in
my
that house. Everybody's been in that house before, man.
Crazy.
I wish I could remember the man's name who was actually in the house that I went and visited with my parents.
Is
And
it
for some-
Harold?
Yes, Harold. Thank you.
You're welcome. Dickerson.
Yes.
Harold Dickerson or Dixon, one of the Dickerson.
I think
I
Dickerson.
think it's Dickerson too.
Dude, one of the nicest old men. Like, my parents loved him to death. We stopped by and talked to him like once a week, at least. I want to say at one point in time my dad either worked with him or he worked with Dad or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's cool that, like, literally, how many years ago you moved up here?
I would say about 10
10 years.
10 years.
And in 10 years, like, quite literally, you are in the place that my entire life took place. Within 4 miles. Because if you go straight out of your driveway, hang a right, go past Dewey
I
Rose
know.
Baptist.
I went to the granite shed. Remember?
Oh, you've been there.
I've been there.
So you know
I
exactly
tried to
where
stop
grew
at
up.
Grandma's and get some food.
Yeah,
Remember?
yeah, that's right. That's
You
the
told
place.
me to, though.
Look, Nanny's is where it's at, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I've been trying to tell that woman to open up a restaurant or breakfast joint forever because
Yeah.
she makes the best food. And I know
Cook
everybody
with
says
love,
that.
man. You gotta cook with love.
She
bro.
puts her foot into something, man. We always say she knows how to cook. That's a fact. Ain't nothing like grandma's cooking. Now, you're family man.
Yeah, man. I love my family, bro. Who don't love their family?
I can say I love mine.
There are assholes out there.
There's some
that
trash
take that
folks
shit.
in the
There
world,
are,
man.
bro.
There really are. But I'm glad to know that
wanna
you
talk
taking care of
about
yours.
that? No, I'm just
Hey,
kidding.
we can touch on anything you want to touch
We
on,
won't
okay?
get on that subject.
But
Let's
I've
stay
come to
away
find out, speaking to that, there's bell curve. Y'all will probably hear me say this a lot, but there's a bell curve in everything. And it turns out some people are good people and bad parents. Some people are good parents, bad people. Some people are bad at both. Some people are good at both. There's a bell curve. Because my mother, if y'all check out the first 4 episodes of the podcast,
I watched every one of them, dude.
my mom went through a rough childhood, so she
Yeah.
did not have great parents. There was a lot of decisions made that weren't made for the kids. You know what I'm saying? But she turned out to be a 3-time Hall of Fame athlete.
She flipped it,
Dude,
bro.
she-
She broke that cycle, man.
She absolutely did.
And, you know.
I got you.
I could have brought him up there. Didn't know if you wanted me.
She's trying to get on camera, bro.
I didn't want you to get uncomfortable in some way. I appreciate
Myra.
you. Myra hooking us up with food, y'all.
Look at that, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Boy.
That's delicious.
Y'all come on to Imperial Lounge in Elberton. Get y'all some food and some liquid marijuana.
245 Elbert Street, West Elbert Street. Man, I got to learn how to plug it the way Andy did. Andy plugs this place so well. Like, he
does, bro.
knows how
He
to.
does,
He
man.
does. He does a good job. But yeah,
I called him out one time. I come up here and ordered one of these, and I ordered extra fries, and he took a picture of my food and put it on there like, y'all come to Imperial.
Come get these extra fries, bro.
Come get this plate.
But yes, Imperial is the place to be. This whole podcast is sponsored by Imperial Bar and Grill. Or actually, Grill and Lounge. You can't say bar in Elberton. Did you know that?
You just did.
Well, it's not supposed to say that, which is why it's not what it says on the sign. I apologize, Imperial. I always just call you Imperial. But Lounge and Grill.
I don't even call it Imperial. I just say, come on, baby, let's go to Andy's.
Let's go to Andy's. My kids do that. They're like, let's go to Andy's place. He's got the best chicken strips, which is what I got. Shout out to my kids. I told them that I was going to have them on the podcast at some point in time, so y'all look forward to that episode.
You got to, man.
Me and my kids are going to just sit down and hang out one day. Speaking of kids, tell me about your family, man.
My family's great, bro.
I know that, that's why I asked.
My family's awesome, man. Got 2 boys. I got a little girl. And they go to school here. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They're gonna go far in life, bro, and that's my goal, is to raise some decent human beings. Like, they used to have this approach to me like, hey, like, you're my friend, and I had to let them know, no, I'm not. I am your friend, but before that, bro.
Yeah.
Before that, I'm your parent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they get it now. You know what I mean? But
you're a guidance.
I told them, man, like,
you know,
y'all gotta listen. I'll never tell y'all nothing that'll won't help y'all in the long run, bro. Ever.
Yeah. You've learned in life, and all I'm trying to do is give you game.
That's right.
I'm trying to help you.
And really, I don't stay on them that bad about shit. Mostly, man, like, you're gonna respect your elders. You're gonna respect your mama. Like, don't ever let me. And it's happened. That's how they know not to do that shit no more.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know what I mean?
There's got to be ground
I'll
rules.
check them real quick about their mama. Like, don't even look at her like you're pissed off.
Yeah.
You better go in there and look pissed off.
Go stare at a wall, man.
Don't let me see
Don't let
that
me
shit.
see.
Exactly. Yeah.
Look, mine hadn't quite got to that age. Mine's 5
coming,
and
bro.
3. Oh, I know it is.
It's coming.
I'm gonna call you and ask you how to handle it sometime. But look, straight up, I respect that, because my only job in life at this point, I support my family. Me and my wife have a good life, whatever.
Yeah.
But our goal is to create good human beings, because I have 3 goals. I say it all the time: good father, good husband, good human. Actually, it's good husband, good father, good human. Because me to my wife is a contract that I honor first and foremost.
Yeah.
So I have to make sure she's taken care of. And through being a good a good husband, I am a good father, because they see what it's supposed to be like.
It's a package, bro. It's
Dude,
hard
you
to be
gotta-
one without being the other.
Exactly.
And if you are being one without the other, you're being fake.
Yes, and you got to learn how to balance, man, because I have to make sure, like you said, my kids, I want them to be able to speak to me. I don't want them to feel fearful around me or not be able to talk to me.
That's right.
But there's a line in the sand. There's things that you can and cannot do, and when I ask something of you, I expect it in earnest. And
And I've heard parents like lay into their kids about shit, and it not be good advice, but like, your delivery with kids is everything, bro.
how you speak
You know what I'm
to
saying? You
people.
can't just lay into them like, this is what, you know what I'm saying? You sometimes you gotta tiptoe into the stating what you're trying to get across. You
Yes.
know what I mean? So
I think it's a Russian saying, but the same hot water that softens the potato boils the egg, hardens the egg.
yeah.
So you got to learn what situations to go into hard, what situations you got to speak soft. Because my son is just like me. You could look at me the wrong way. All I knew is I had to disappoint you, and I would cry. Like,
Yeah.
you ain't had to get on to me. If I knew I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing, or if I wasn't people pleasing, because I was a people pleaser. My son's the same way. All I got to do is look at him sideways. He'll start crying.
Yeah. He knows what's up.
Love him to death. He's just like his dad. My daughter, Esther, the 3-year-old, is like a bull in a china shop, bro. I can threaten that girl's life and she'll
She
look
don't
at me.
care?
She don't care. Not none, bro. Not even a little bit. And we'll push it to the point. And then when she finally gets in trouble, she's like the victim. I get on to her. I'm like, girl, you can't do that. I gave you all the opportunity to not do the thing we was talking about. And here we are. You can't be mad at this
Pushing
point.
you. See how far she can go.
Oh, yeah. So I'm learning those
Yeah.
boundaries with my own kids.
Yeah.
And it's been interesting, man. Parenting is probably the most labor intensive and hardest thing I've ever tried to do, but it's also the most rewarding by far.
I swear you just took the words right out of my mouth.
It is-
Rewarding, man.
It is the most
so
rewarding thing I've ever done.
It's really like, you know what I'm saying, the saying, you get what you put in.
Fact.
There you go.
I see my kids as
get what
fertile
you put
soil,
in.
my friend. What I'm putting into them is what they will return to the world, not just me.
And that's with everything, whether you're putting good or bad. It's coming, you know what I mean? It's coming back.
Amen. Shout out to Imperial. These chicken strips and fries are bomb.
Well, I'm gonna take a bite. If y'all wanna edit it out, you can.
No, not at all, man. We're sitting here
right.
eating, G. We eating. Ain't nothing wrong with it. So, I have taken it upon myself recently to try to talk to everybody, because of the podcast, to talk to everybody that I possibly can, like an open book. So I say stupid stuff, and other people, I've had to cut and edit some things out of some things. We've had some
man,
topics.
I'm sure this is gonna be full of edited shit.
But look, man, I really don't think so.
You
I
don't?
really don't, man. We
Maybe not.
touched on some things that I had to show enough cut up out of here. But in doing so, what I'm getting at
Here we go.
is there's so many walks of life in this small town that you would not believe are here. Now, I can't bust bubbles and say who I'm trying to get on and all that kind of stuff. But dude, this town's very interesting, and it's interesting not just because of Granite, but because of the amount of eclectic life that has happened in Elberton that nobody in any way, shape, or form knows even exists, except for the folks that know the person.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this guy.
Sounds like you got a good story, man.
I got a couple of them. But again, that's why we do these things. I actually want to talk to you about your story. I know that, I've asked you how you ended up in Elberton, but where are you from? Like, where did you grow up?
In Cartersville, Georgia. That's
Oh, I know where it is. We lost to them in the state quarterfinals 2 years in a row in baseball.
them Hurricanes, them Purple Hurricanes.
Yeah, buddy. They were cheating.
Yeah, I didn't go there. I was a Woodland Wildcat. Shout out Woodland High School.
Woodland!
Yeah, but that's where I'm from, Cartersville. I lived with my grandparents there from about the time I was in, maybe second grade.
Take care, brother.
See y'all, man. Maybe second grade to, second grade to ninth grade.
So that was Woodland.
Woodland High School, yeah.
Okay.
And then I moved to Canton with my father.
What was you like as a kid? This is where I get into my podcast
I
mode.
was a good kid, man. I was sick. I got sick during elementary school. I had cancer when I was 9. I know you know that. I know we touched on that.
But for the people that don't, bro, like that's not something everybody has to go through.
And man, I don't wish it on no one, bro.
I'd imagine
like,
not.
Honestly, yeah.
That's a crazy thing to have to experience.
But everything happens for a reason, bro. That's when I met God, man. Like clearly, like here I am talking to you on this podcast, and He was there for me, bro. You
That's
know
awesome.
what I mean? And I don't know, when you go through some shit like that at such a young age, bro, like you're on a whole nother plateau than everybody else around you. You know what I mean?
Life
like,
hits you a lot differently.
Yeah, like I went back to school and I couldn't relate to nobody. I couldn't kick it with nobody because everybody's like, well, pissed off about these shoes and these clothes, and I'm like, bro, you lucky to be alive, man.
And that's at 9?
9 years old.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, man.
How long did you have to battle? How long was the fight?
I took chemotherapy. I took 12 rounds of chemotherapy. That was for a year. I took them every month, and then 6 months radiation at Piedmont Hospital in Atlanta. I did my chemotherapy at Scottish Rite.
Golly.
That shit makes you sick as fuck.
Oh, you ain't telling me nothing, bro. I watched my mother go through it.
Sick as fuck.
100%.
Crazy. Like,
You're poisoning your body.
Dude, I had ulcers from the tip of my tongue, bro, all the way down. I don't even in my esophagus. I couldn't eat. I couldn't eat shit or nothing.
It's quite literally poison.
Yeah,
like chemotherapy is poison.
That shit sucks. Shout out to Scottish Rite.
Shout out to keeping my boy around so I can sit here and chat with him today.
Real shit.
I appreciate it. That's good stuff, man. Like, I know in every situation like that, you never want to have to hear that people go through it. But the fact that you went through it and you were better for it, if that makes any sense,
Yeah,
like you
man.
ended up finding something out about yourself that, I mean, even at a young age, as hard as that may have been, it gave you a perspective that's probably made you a better person than most of the kids that didn't. I referenced my little brother. My little brother got juvenile diabetes diagnosis at 9 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's been a diabetic since he was 9. So we found that out when he passed out playing football. And luckily, we gave him Gatorade to bring him back around. We didn't know he was having a low. So his sugars had fell out, and he just blacked out in the middle of football practice at 9 years old. We gave him Gatorade, it brought him back around, we went and got him tested. Turns out he's juvenile diabetic.
That's scary, bro.
He could have died if we hadn't given him
Shit.
Gatorade. Just one decision, and he wouldn't be here today. So we didn't know at the time, but for him having gone through a lot of that stuff, he's helped a lot of people in this town that have gone through juvenile diabetes or just been diagnosed with diabetes as an adult. And they
Yeah,
were like, man, this is hard. I don't know how to deal with this. And Cole go talk to him and be like, you know, I know it sucks. You know,
Yeah, no
it's
shit,
not
man.
it's not
Yeah.
something you get rid of, and it's not going to change. But you can live with it if you take care of yourself. And I think Cole has learned that lesson in his own life, especially recently.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, but again, like you're an inspiration to a lot of folks that, just like my mom, folks, like nobody would know you'd ever dealt with anything
Dude, I'll
like
be
that.
honest, man.
Yeah.
I've never met your mama personally. But those podcasts, man, I feel like I've known her my whole life, bro. It's crazy.
Everybody feels that
it's
way.
It's crazy how some people, not many people, but some people possess that ability to do that shit.
My mom is quite literally, if there is a special place where we're going, she's got one.
Oh yeah,
Like
definitely,
100%.
bro.
But everybody feels that way. My mom just knows how to make people feel at home.
Yeah.
Like she knows how to speak to people in a way that like she's not judging you. She's not asking anything from you. She just genuinely wants to know how you're doing, and if you're well, good. If you're not, she wants to know how she can help.
She taught me something. Be kind to somebody if you can every day.
Every day. That's it. Gotta love it, man.
Good advice.
I appreciate it.
Good advice, bro.
Well, look, it means so much that folks actually hear that. Because the whole point of her, she was so hesitant and wanting, I mean, she wanted to do it, but she was like, you know, I don't know. I was like, Mom, there's folks going through what you went through still today.
Yeah.
Like, there's folks that are dealing with that. There's a kid out there that might find this video and see it and be like, all right, if this person can go through stuff like that and then turn their life around, then maybe I ain't got such a bad shot, you know?
Yeah, that's right. Like, here we are talking to you, man. Like, you can do that shit.
Exactly.
Just keep on pushing, man.
So,
Yeah.
I'm hoping, if nothing else, I say this, I think I said this in the pilot. Myra with the beer. You the best, fam. Thank you. I love it. Shout out to the Imperial again. Hosted by the Imperial. Andy, thank you. Myra, y'all are awesome.
Y'all do rock.
Y'all do
Thank
rock.
y'all.
Keeping the watering hole going. I remember this place when it was the Moose Lodge. I think Andy and I talked about it. That episode's coming out soon. It hasn't hit the air yet.
Moose Lodge. See, I wasn't here there now, but I don't think if I was, I wasn't paying attention. I come up here for a short time when the government building, they're in front of and all that shit, was the middle school.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the middle school for a little while. Yeah.
What year did you graduate?
Oh man, I never graduated.
Well, what year was you in that middle school? Because that doesn't matter to me whether or not you graduated, honestly.
Shit. What year did it close?
All right. So my 7th grade year, oh my God. If I graduated in 2009.
I'm older than you though, bro. How
When were you born?
88.
90. So you was 2 years older than me.
I was a hellion. I was bad. I told you I was a good kid while ago, bro.
Let's back it up a little
Yeah, let's rewind that shit. I wasn't always good.
All kids had a streak in them, don't get me
Oh
wrong.
man, I don't know, bro. Mine was crazy as fuck, dude.
Yeah?
Yeah, when I went to the school up here, here's why I quit going to the school. We were supposed to be going on a field trip. And before I say that, I swear to God, I'm not like this no more, man. You know, everybody has their days, right?
Everybody has their days.
Okay. Well, the whole class was going on a field trip to the Atlanta Zoo or some shit like that, and they had damn. I'm not gonna say who was involved with me, but anyways, they had collected all the money for the field trip.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I seen the teacher count. I watched her count it before lunch. You know what I'm saying? She stuck it off in the drawer. Said, "Come on, y'all, let's go to lunch." I was like, well, "Y'all go to lunch."
I know where some cash is.
Yeah, and I did that shit, man. Asked me, did I get away with it?
You didn't?
No, because I got kicked out of school.
Yeah, that's how the Lord works, man. Usually
I
doesn't pay.
I had to pay the money back ×2.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
They taxed you.
No, they didn't.
Your daddy did.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
I learned that hard lesson once, but I did it at a young age. I think I was like 7. I stole some gum from a Old Chris's Junction, for those who know.
The BP?
It is now the
You
BP.
didn't do them like that, bro.
Yeah, I did. But this was classic. This is before they built the new BP. This was still when it was across the street, like in the...
Before they changed it.
Before they changed the
Me
location.
and my wife was talking about that the other day.
Well, I went in there at 7 years old and took like 25, probably 25, I'm joking. It probably 5-cent gum at that time, because this is the 90s, 1997. I took some 5-cent gum and walked out of there chewing gum, and my mama turned around and said, "Where'd you get that gum from?" And I immediately stopped chewing, like frozen.
What gum?
What gum? Bruh. She about beat me to death out in that parking lot and then told me to go right back in there, and I had to apologize to the clerk behind the desk. Told him I stole some gum. I had to pay him. I was like, "I ate this gum. I'm sorry. My mama beat me in the parking lot. Here's 5 cents.
Look, man, I'm having a bad day. I got my ass. Look, here. I'm sorry.
I swear. Mama didn't play about that. So
We all done dumb shit as kids, bro.
we do. We do dumb stuff. And I appreciate that she was as stern as she was at the time, because thieving is never the way.
But you know, it'd be the dumb shit we did growing up that we try to prevent our kids from doing. So,
Oh, 100%. My kids are going to do some dumb stuff too.
yeah, but
It's a circle of life, bro. I guarantee you my kid's going to find some dumb stuff to get into. Like, I'm lucky I'm not in jail or dead. Straight up. There's a couple things I've done and gotten into that I should either be locked up or should not have gotten out.
bro,
Same. I can.
yeah, I can relate.
I find myself in because I'm such a chameleon of a person that I can go anywhere I feel like. And there was a couple places in Greenwood, South Carolina that I ended up that I should not have been in. And the way I made it through those situations is literally everybody in the room liked me. That's the only reason I went in and got out. That's the only reason. I was a nice person. I think I was so nice they might have felt bad if they'd have done something to me. Like, that's karma.
Shouldn't have did that to that nice fella.
You know what I'm saying? Like one of them situations. Like, that kid's probably a little too nice. I'd feel bad, you know? But I do. I think my genuine just want to be nice to people and hang around folks has gotten me in and out of situations that otherwise I probably would have gotten my ass beat or
Yeah, we'll see.
robbed or left on a road dead somewhere, whatever.
When I came up here, man, like I used to be on meth real bad, bro. Like, I'm a tell you, if you knew me.
Life stories, man.
If you knew me, if anybody that knows me now knew me before I came up here, y'all would not even fucking believe, bro.
Again, I'm glad you're here, bro.
I was hell, man.
Everybody has a streak in them, man. I got some folks
Boy,
like,
I was hell.
but you learn from it.
Yeah, but it took me longer than I wish it would have.
I think that's everybody.
You know what I
man.
mean?
I think
but
that's
yeah, I did learn from it. I got definitely a whole nother aspect on life, and that shit ain't the way to go, bro. That shit will take everything from you. That shit's the devil.
Yeah, but
for real, man. It is.
I don't doubt it.
Like, it took my wife, who is my wife now. She was my girlfriend at the time.
So she fought with you through that.
Bro, she's
the way to put it, I
she's
guess.
been with me through everything, bro. Like, I have
Got you a good one.
I have put that girl through so much shit that it was unnecessary because of me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that was why we were up here.
Yeah.
So when I tell you that before I came up here I was on meth, no, I came up here fighting that demon. You know what I'm saying? Like, I brought that demon with me from where I was at.
Yeah.
But she stuck with me through thick and thin, bro, and that's why now she can ask me for motherfucking
The moon.
Anything. I'll go get it. I'll try to throw a rope up there, whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's the
got
good
me
stuff.
a good one, bro. I really do.
The fact that you appreciate it is what matters. I really think it is. The fact that you can look back and say, I appreciate the things that she did for me. Because a lot of folks don't have that self-respect.
I would have folded on me, bro. If I was her, I would have folded on me. She's stronger than me when it came to that shit. But you know what? I'm glad she did.
It's funny how our ladies make us better men.
Yeah,
and if they're not making you
what they're
better,
supposed to do, bro.
Well, that's what I was about to touch on. If you ain't doing that, then you probably need to think about it.
Yeah, reevaluate that.
Yeah, because that's some real life stuff, real life advice right there from two men that have been through a couple things and gotten through the other side of it. Be honest, be real, and if you ain't helping each other grow, like if their success ain't your success and your success ain't their success, then you probably need to reevaluate some things.
That's right, man.
Because that's the way it's supposed to be.
That's right.
Yeah, man, look at us. Look at us.
What's podcasting,
look at us.
bro?
I'm telling you, man. For all y'all out there just listening in, we appreciate you. For every moment that you've spent with us. The Imperial is actually popping tonight. Usually when I come in on a Tuesday, this is recorded on a Tuesday. I'm not sure what day it drops, so if y'all dog me out on me saying Tuesday and it's like Thursday currently while you're listening, I apologize. But we out here. Kids is in the house. We hanging out. Like if y'all hear some hooping and hollering, we here with the public and we love it. We want everybody here to have a good time. This is what it's about. I want my kids to come up here now.
This is a great atmosphere for real.
I'm not joking, man. I love it. My kids love it
come
up
up
here
too.
I love it up here. Andy and Myra are awesome. So you gonna hang tight for a little while? You gonna be in Elberton for a good little bit? You settled in?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It's awesome, man.
I love this town, bro.
Well, I mean, don't let me speak over what may or may not be true here, but from where I'm standing, you and your current boss have a good opportunity to take things to another level. Like y'all are prime positioned into being like a really big import company for Elberton if y'all chose to.
Yeah, we got some shit. We got some shit
Y'all
underway.
cooking?
We got some shit underway in the oven.
That's awesome. That's what I like to hear. Because I mean, I know Tony's.
He deserves it, bro.
He does. He does.
He deserves that shit.
Bro, preach. 100%.
He deserves that shit straight. And I told him that you deserve it, bro.
All right, so I have to say this. I am so glad that you, followed through with me. Because I called you a few times before you took that job.
Yeah.
It took me like 2 or 3 times of saying, hey, Antonio's looking for somebody. I say Tony. Antonio's his name. So if I say Tony, Antonio, I'm talking about the same person. But as I got through you getting to that point of like, all right, man, I'm going to commit. And now where you are and appreciating Tony for what he does and how he is. Because a lot of people couldn't do the same thing because they get in their own head. People don't appreciate what it took to get there, so they have expectations when they arrive, if that makes sense. And
that spurs from me working with him at Global Values. He actually hired me on there.
I didn't know that, so he was the one that hired you at Global.
He's the one that hired me on up there, bro.
I didn't know I was recommending your old boss back then.
Well, like I said, he's different. He lowballed me back then.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, man, I love it, dude. Yeah, he's got some shit cooking, man. He's in a good spot. I'm proud of him, and I got his back, and I ain't going nowhere.
Well, I vouched for you in every way, shape, and form, and I told him, I was like, dude, if you just get him in there and give him what he needs and let him do his job, y'all will both be happier for it.
Yeah, and he likes it, bro. And that's also like him hiring me at Global. When I worked at Global, he was my boss, so I was doing shit his way.
Yep.
So now that I'm working with him, I'm doing shit his way, and he didn't have to tell me how to do that
right.
shit.
Right. You already done fell into the motion.
I already knew what he wanted, yeah.
That's awesome, bro. Look at this man here. Please come up here. No? Come on, make a cameo. Make a cameo.
Just let my slide, man.
I just want you to come sit down for half a second.
I'm fucking leaving, man.
Bro, I didn't know you was doing mini sessions around here.
Dude, we do all kind of sessions around here. Jake Pruitt, everybody, another local legend. If you need a rooftop dub, please holler at us, man.
What's up, bro?
What's up, man? How y'all doing?
We sitting here, you want some chicken strips? Nah, bro. You sure?
I'm good. Just checking y'all out for a minute, see what y'all got going on.
We mid-life stories. We was talking about
surprise.
Yeah, surprise.
Yeah, bro.
Give me some help, bro. Glad you showed up.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, what miss it?
How's roofing?
Dude, I just came off sweaty. Nasty.
I was about to say.
It's that time of year.
It is. How was the, you still over at MSD?
Yep, wide open.
My man's doubling
up.
I hear you, man. But yeah, we're just kicking it, hanging out, drinking some beer, talking a little podcast. Are you gonna come on sometime?
Oh yeah, bro. You know it. We'll come on. We know. We go way back, man.
I'm telling you, we
back.
got some stories we can talk
Way
about.
back. We got a lot. Some that probably don't need to be told. Some
No,
that do.
we'll leave a good many of them from our youth out.
Yeah,
we'll
that's
leave
right.
those out.
That's right.
But yeah, man, I'm glad you stopped in. If you're gonna be here for a little bit, we might do this again in just a little while. I don't know how long you're gonna be here.
I gotta run tonight, but we definitely gonna get up on it.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah, man.
bro.
Well, I'm gonna slide out and let y'all do y'all's thing, bro. Good to
I
see y'all.
appreciate you stopping in,
Alright,
bro.
bro.
Alright, bro.
Feel
Jake Pruitt, ladies and gentlemen.
that toe, bro. That motherfucker's huge. No, it's bigger than that.
Y'all's relationship is hilarious to me.
He's a dick.
Give me 2 seconds. Let me make sure. I call him. Oh yeah, we're great. We're doing great. So yeah, how did you and Jake get to know each other? Was it at Global?
No, it was when I went to school up here a long time ago.
For real?
He was friends with my cousin Justin. Yeah.
How about that?
Him
So
and my
you-
cousin Justin were best friends.
So I thought y'all's relationship developed at Global Values, and it
No.
happened long before.
Yeah,
that.
man. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I know y'all's Facebook banter always draws attention. It usually gets a crowd.
Yeah.
I find it hilarious. My wife has made it a pastime to follow y'all's banter.
Yeah.
See, if
Yeah.
y'all start commenting to each other, she gets a notification, I'm sure.
Everyone does, man. I swear they do, because it's like, as soon as he says something like, half of Elberton's talking shit. You know what I mean?
Jake starts fires.
Just gassing people up, man.
Yeah, he does. He gas folks. I told him, I was like, one day I'm going to have you and Joey come on and y'all just have y'all's Facebook banner live and just let y'all go at it. Just go ham.
Who the fuck does he think he is? Walking up here fucking
Interrupting your podcast.
Yeah, making you get up and
Making me get out of my seat. I'm telling you, he calls us old friends. I love that guy to death, though.
That guy?
That guy. No, seriously, he and I go way back. So we started playing ball, me and Jake. We started playing ball together when I was like...
Look, I thought you was talking about the guy that walked in. I need to pay attention to what's going on.
Oh, we on Jake. We on Jake.
Okay.
We still talk
That's
about
why I said that guy.
Jake. I do know that guy.
Y'all don't go way back, though.
We don't go way back.
I knew it.
That's just the way that works.
My fault.
He goes further back than I do. I don't... Way back. But me and Jake have been playing ball together since we were knee high, quite literally. And my parents and his parents were cool, so I stayed at his house when we were kids. And then as we grew older, it just became competitiveness. Like he and I were always competing for one thing or another. And then I guess in high school we kind of went our own little ways. Jake kind of had his own crowd, and I was doing my little thing. I don't think he played baseball all the way through high school. I'm not sure why. We'll find out when we do that podcast, because I'd like to find out, because he's a great
I
athlete.
know he played for a little while.
Yeah, he's a great athlete, dude. His
Because
dad
I
was
get all
too.
the shirts that he grew out of.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you get the softball shirts?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
nice.
got him, yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like he's a legitimate softball player, and he was a
He's
good
got a
baseball
hell of
player.
arm on him, though.
Homie can play.
Yeah.
Like straight up, he's an athlete.
It's
If I could gather a
it's
team,
that toe, bro. I mean, he
He's
just
got the
sticks it in the
balance.
ground and goes.
He's got the-
You know what I mean?
oh, that's hilarious.
Like, he slaps the ground when he walks. Like, he doesn't just walk. You know
No,
what I
he
mean?
plants.
Yeah, he slaps
He's
the
digging
ground.
in, is what it would call.
Yeah. Yeah, he's digging in.
He's digging in.
No talon toes. Anyways, that was rude and coming up here like that.
Jake Pruitt, everybody. Where were we at? We were talking about Tony. You and Tony working together.
Yeah.
Granite industry. How long you been in Granite now? 5 years? 4 years? 6 years?
No, a little longer than that. I'd say at least, I would say 8 years. I worked at Eagle for probably, maybe 9 months, a year, and then went to Dixie Granite, and then from Dixie,
From that, it's just been Granite.
yeah, pretty much. I did some side jobs with my uncle here and there.
You got a favorite?
Actually, we built the deck. That's how I got on at Global. Was I built the deck coming off the trailers at Global Values.
No way.
Yeah, and did the little side.
Well, I enjoyed
walks and
those
shit.
decks.
Yeah. I know you walked on them.
I walked them decks.
Yeah.
I did.
I did that shit. It's my decks.
We appreciated it. We appreciated it over at Global. We always hung out on the porch.
I need a beer, bro.
All right, well, let's get another beer. I'll tell you what. We can take a pee break and we'll come back. How's that sound?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Oh, pause. I can edit it out, man. What you got to say?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nah.
Oh!
I'm not gonna make your job harder than what it should be.
It is what it is, man. We're here for the whole thing. So we had Jake come through. We've chatted a little bit. No, we covered. You was talking about, man, might not have covered stuff, bro. We've covered some stuff. We went to you having a battle with.
Gabbing, bro.
No, not at all. You covered the whole bout that you had as a child, what it was like coming up here to Elberton and fighting some demons. And did you have to go through like any rehab or anything like that? Not to get personal on that.
No,
dive
man.
right back into it.
All it took was for my now wife was to tell me that she was done, bro. She couldn't do it no more, bro. But she had her right to. You know what I mean? Like,
Squared you right up.
Yeah, like that was it. Like
It was a choice.
when I
Her
kept
or
waking
it.
up, and it wasn't just her. It was like the kids too. You know what I mean? Like from the chemotherapy, I can't have kids. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm talking about my kids, biologically they're not mine. You know what I mean? But
They your
don't
kids,
make a
bro.
fuck.
They your
You
kids.
damn right they are.
They're your kids.
They are. But just to fill y'all in on the whole
100%.
scenario,
No, I respect
you know what I'm
that.
saying?
Because me and my wife, like, we have 2 kids, but if we ever adopt, I'm going to treat that adopted child the same way I treat my biological
And that's
children.
what I tell them kids. Like, if y'all were my blood, like, I swear to God, I wouldn't love y'all no more. It's impossible, bro.
It's impossible.
Impossible.
It makes you a good father, man. That's what you're supposed to be. You're a good dude, Joey Morgan. I appreciate you.
I appreciate that, man.
Hey,
I haven't always been. I'll tell you that, bro. It ain't been long that I've been satisfied with myself. You know what I mean? Like,
but it's
and the peace you find within being happy with yourself is worth it altogether.
that
To
exact.
anybody out there who is fucking with drugs, man, just cut that shit.
It's not worth it.
It's not, bro.
There's so many more joyous things that you could do with your time and money and
Amen.
effort. There really
Amen.
is. That you can
Amen.
get so much more. And this is literal dopamine. You can get more dopamine out of real life experiences than you can just
The
getting that
dope.
30-minute high.
Yeah.
It's true. Like, we're not trying to lead you astray.
It's about the long run, bro.
It really is.
Not right now.
No. But it's cool seeing you step into that stage of your life, bro. Because I've only known you in this stage. I didn't know you when you were battling your demons. I didn't know you when you were young. All I've known is Joey that works hard, Joey that takes care of his family, Joey that...
The new improved Joey.
I got you, man. That's the only
man.
Joey I've ever met.
Yeah.
It's the only Joey I know.
I
don't judge.
God, bro.
Hey, man.
Show enough.
I respect it.
Yeah.
I told my mom, and I think she may have gotten emotional when I told her this, but I mean, it's not a borrowed faith, but I will always believe in God because of my mother. Like, always. Just because of her life, the way she lived it, the way she cares about people, the way she goes about everything that she does.
Yeah.
I will always have faith in
She's
God.
a godly person.
She is.
Yeah.
She instilled that
I
in
see
me.
that in her, bro.
She is. She genuinely cares about everybody she speaks with. Even if it's like in passing, she doesn't meet strangers.
Yeah, and caring and genuinely caring is
And
different, bro. That's so different.
Yeah. Like, we live in a society, we live in that I'll pray for you society. And it's nothing wrong with saying I'll pray for you, but I'm a firm believer that prayer without action is... I have to choose my words carefully here so I don't get roasted by some religious figure. But,
I don't care.
well, it's a fact.
Pray
man.
right then for them, with them. If
Yes,
you're gonna pray,
be real
yeah,
about it.
Yeah.
Yes, speak to God and be earnest. But I feel like idle hands are also the devil's plaything. You can't just talk about things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you genuinely want to help and you pray for somebody and you say, okay, prime example, we call her a family member, Demisha Crocker, and her husband Jimmy. They lost their house. They just went through retirement. They've been near my family for literally 30 years now. But in going through what they went through and losing their house, and they just lost their eldest son, like they're an older couple, and their son was like, Jimmy Crocker, Jimmy's Garage.
Yeah.
When he passed away,
Yeah.
that's his mom and dad that I helped raise that money for.
Okay.
So all this ties in together.
That was the mechanic dude, right?
Yes. So he passed away. That's his parents that I just helped. Their house burnt down 1 year after their retirement and only 2 or 3 years after losing Jimmy. Jimmy? Was Jimmy his name? I don't feel like Jimmy. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was. If I'm misquoting that, I sincerely apologize. But in helping them do the things I did, me and my wife talked about it. We prayed about it. We was like, how do we help them? Because it's more than just saying, Lord help them.
Yeah.
So we went to the public. I asked social therapy to help us get a little money up. I only had a goal.
Thing,
Dude, we only had a goal of $1,000.
Awesome.
We almost doubled that. But when we showed up and gave that money to her and we documented the whole process, as far as I didn't put her on the internet, and I would never do that because I don't do these things for clout. I'm not trying to show, look at what we're doing. We just helped her and we told her who helped us.
You'll get yours later in life.
Well, I ain't even trying to get none, bro.
But
that's the whole point. Like, I just wanted to pay. I'm paying it forward in every way, shape, and form that I can. So I have no expectations. Like when I run into people that are like, man, I hadn't caught the newest episode, or I haven't seen your podcast at all, but I know you're doing it. I'm like, dude, you ain't got to apologize. I don't expect
I know
people.
life's crazy.
I don't expect people to stop and watch it. I do this because it's a labor of love at this point. I genuinely enjoy sitting across the table from someone that I either know or don't and learn something new about them and just have a good time. Sit here talking.
I had Antonio propped up on the truck earlier today watching it. While he was smoking a Black and Mild.
That's awesome.
He was watching the one about your mama.
No, some of those are a little gut-wrenching.
That's good advice. I don't know what part he heard, but he was like, that's good advice.
Tony's a solid dude. He's got a son, his name's Jimmy, and that Jimmy and Cyrus are about the same age. Dude, the coolest kid. Like, most
I met
respectful.
Him, man. Yeah, I met him. Well, look at his dad.
Oh, you ain't lying. Like, you asked that kid, because he was on the T-ball team. Anything you asked him to do, he was on it. Like, straight up and down, verbatim. You had to be careful not to be too specific because he would miss the point of the play because he'd be doing exactly what it was that you told him.
Still third.
Yeah, like he would just take it. You know what I'm saying? But that is one of the coolest families, and I love them to death. I actually need to have them over to the house. I always give Antonio, like, spices that we make. It's called Jessica Spice. Aunt Jessica, if you're out there and you catch this, we thank you. We always have a spice jar with Jessica Spice on the side of it, and we dish it to people because it's really good.
Put it on. I want some.
Steaks, pork chops, chicken, like literally anything. I'll get you some. We got you.
Tony talked about, I'm putting you on blast, Tony. He talked about renting a bus and all going to a hot pot.
Let's do it, bro. Hook me up. Tony.
That's what he said.
Tony, we're going to a hot pot. If you're listening to this or seeing this later, whatever date and time it is, just go put it on the schedule.
Sorry, Tony, I put you on blast, bro. But
we'll wait for when you get back from China. It's okay. We'll wait. I know you got big plans.
Nah, fuck that. I think I want to go before, Tony.
You know what? Matter of fact, let's move that schedule up. Tomorrow when I see you.
I'm just kidding. I hope he has fun, bro.
He's going to have a blast. I want to go to China with the guy one day.
I do too, but
that's a trip right there, bro. That's a trip.
I don't know, man.
You got to spend I don't know how the restrictions are nowadays, but since COVID, man, traveling at all is wild.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to go down there and get fucking hemmed up.
Yeah, you'll be stuck for a little while.
I ain't getting stuck.
Hey, the CCP is another endeavor, bro. That'd be like saying you just gonna sneak into America. Like, there's gonna be some issues if you get into the wrong people's pockets. They're gonna find out. Especially in China.
I just stay here.
Hey, that's me. I'm holding tight. Once everything clears up, once the air washes and everybody's clean and ain't nobody fighting and we ain't going to World War III or nothing like that, I might make the trip.
Nah, that shit ain't gonna stop, bro.
Yeah, you're right.
It's all going downhill.
I can't end the podcast near where that topic is, though, because World War III, bro. Oh, boy. I ain't going to get off into it. I'm going to have that podcast one day. I'm going to have that podcast one day because it's a scary place to live.
I'm scared for my kids, bro.
Well, me too. But, I mean, as a layman, as somebody that just exists in the society that I do and works, day to day, 9 to 5, I feel as though without all of us, and I say us as like middle class Americans, unless everybody literally start agreeing tomorrow on just about everything, we're not going to move our government in any direction because they have their own agenda.
They're going to keep being little puppeteers and
the money keeps pushing everything. Until you remove money from the equation, it will always be a problem because you could pay anybody off. No matter how virtuous or good you are, if you have a golden heart, you get all the way to the top. Somebody says, I'll give you $100 million to vote this way. It might not even change the vote, but if you vote this way, I'll give you this money. Your kids are set. Your kids' kids are set. Your kids' are set. You gonna take that money and make that vote. It might not even change.
What's your name again?
Exactly. And then they do that to 40 people and they get the vote passed, and then they make $160 billion off of it, but paying you $100 million wasn't that big a deal. But it's a rigged system. That's how I feel. Now, if somebody's going to correct me, I hope Chris Dow comes on here and roast me over having that mentality. He's already left. Chris was in here earlier hanging out with us. Shout out the Imperial. Telling you, hosting us. I told Andy I would shout out Imperial a couple times. I'm making it a good point to be like, oh, Imperial.
I met her post this morning.
Oh, I seen that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Dude, you do better at marketing this podcast than I do.
I used to market for my own business, bro.
Do you do any of that anymore?
Nah.
I was just curious.
Yeah, I used to work for the banks, like when they do foreclosures on houses.
Mm-hmm.
I would go in the houses and like get them ready to be put back on the market and shit.
Punching. You punched
Punch out,
houses.
yeah. And they paid, bro.
I used to punch apartments.
I'm talking about they paid. I mean, it's the bank. You know they're gonna pay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like I would change a light socket on the wall, and they'd give me like $25.
Oh, money, son. Dude, I used to do that for dirt when I was in
good
Atlanta. All right. I will finalize it with this. Is there something in your life that you can impart to other people as like decent life advice, good life advice, something you may have learned either through your struggles of your youth, your middling years, or even now in like where you're happy in your life? Can you give somebody some game?
If you're going through hell, man, it gets better, bro. But it's not gonna get better by itself. You gotta genuinely want it to be better for yourself.
It's a choice.
I mean?
It's a choice.
It's a choice you get every day you wake up.
Yep.
How your day is gonna go. You're gonna dwell on yesterday. You're gonna kick it up with some new shit today and get a new ball rolling. You know what I mean?
I like it.
Just yeah, man. And keep God close, bro. If you can in everything you do, bro.
It only betters your
I
situation.
promise you, man, can't nobody do it. Won't nobody do it like him. Ain't happening.
Hey, bro, I got nothing to add to that.
Yeah, amen.
I love it.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen,
That's real.
That's as real as
Yeah.
it gets. As authentic as it gets. Hey, bro, I appreciate
That's
you.
real. Yeah, man. Thank you for having me, bro.
Look, Social Therapy, Episode 9, Joey Morgan, hosted by the Imperial. Shout out Myra. Thank you for the food and drinks. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a blessed day wherever this finds you, and I hope you have a good day and good evening, good week. Joey, I love you, brother.
I love you, Bubba.
Take care of yourself, man.
Y'all be good.
Peace, peace. That was fun. Woo. That shit was hot. Appreciate it, man. I like playing music. It's one of my favorite things to do.